Ninja Fights for the Last Time. Written and illustrated by Aadan. Published by KidsEdge. Once there was a brave and smart ninja named Kai. Sometimes he looked weird because he wore glasses with 3 lenses when he read books. He always carried a very sharp sword and he was quite tall. He had a super evil enemy named Mr. Scary. Kai and Mr. Scary were enemies because when they were students in Ninja World School, NWS, Mr. Scary always bullied Kai. Every day he made Kai cry, and so Mr. Scary would call him a crybaby. Mr. Scary would also steal Kai's training sword and whack him with it. After they both graduated from NWS, Kai became an intelligent and strong ninja, while Mr. Scary became an evil and crazy thief. They still always fought to see who was the strongest. Mr. Scary won every time because he had magic powers. Mr. Scary learnt his powers from his new school named Wizard School. He learnt over 9,000 tricks and tried them out on innocent people. That was why he was so good at using them on Kai. One day, he learnt a very cool trick and tried it on Kai. The next day, Kai woke up and sensed that something was not right. So he went downstairs and found out that he had lost all of his fighting ability. He could hold his sharp sword, but could not use it to fight. Kai felt so angry that he screamed. Mr. Scary's plan was to make Kai his slave, and it was working. The next day, Mr. Scary went to the village and captured Kai. He took Kai back to his lair and made him do household chores. He also made him cook worm stew, Mr. Scary's favorite meal. After weeks of slavery, Kai was sad and lonely. Even though he could not fight anymore, he was still determined to escape from Mr. Scary's lair. He said to himself, "I need to think of an escape plan and make use of the skills I learnt from NWS." Kai finally remembered that he had learnt how to make a parachute using just some plastic bags and some wires. So first, he went to the kitchen to get some plastic bags. Then he went into his room and got some wires from the mattress on his bed. The next day, Kai started making his parachute so he could jump out from the top window of the lair and glide down safely. After 4 hours of sticking the bags together, the parachute was finished. He opened the window and put his legs out. Then he jumped for freedom. Immediately after Kai escaped from Mr. Scary's lair, he ran to the village and shouted to the villagers that he had lost all his ninja powers. He told them what Mr. Scary did to him and asked for their help to stop Mr. Scary. The villagers were shocked and angry. The villagers were also very scared, so they went home and made traps to capture Mr. Scary. After that, they went out to find Kai so they could go and get Mr. Scary. They all marched to his lair and ambushed him. They took him to the deep, dark forest. They took Mr. Scary to the forest, surrounded by traps and wild animals such as lions and bears. In the end, Kai learned that you do not need to fight to solve your problems. You can use your brain instead. He no longer needed to fight in the village anymore.